Good morning, everybody. We are here in Minecraft once more, and I'm just looking at something that I built yesterday on the stream. Just because I wanted to do something a bit different. I was a bit bored of building floating orbs, and so I came over here and built this thing. I quite like kind of stone circles and stuff. I'm thinking I actually kind of want to work on this a little bit more. And we can come back to the orbs. They're still over there. They're not going anywhere. But let's have a go. So I'm going to try some Tekkas, I suppose. Let's get rid of some of this first of all. Some of this extra stuff, because we're going to be... Well, it can just stay there. We'll get rid of it eventually. So I'm just going to clear that, and we're going to go for a brush. Sphere. I want to keep this kind of style, so I'm going to actually build this way up, so what we have, hopefully, is the middle of a large kind of crater. We have this kind of beautiful scene here, so let's go for some serious brushes here. Now, I don't generally recommend using brushes as large as this, but yeah, I want to go quick. I'm going to go for a serious brush here. This is going to be gigantic. Moving on. It's supposed to be stone there. And then we go for, I think I want 5 and then 15, because I want a tall brush. Boom. Okay, here we go. So, which side do we want to be tallest? So I'm thinking we can have kind of water running out this way. So what I'm going to go with for now is just kind of building up this kind of area. Whoa, not yet. Not yet, friend. So I'm just going to kind of scatter these around a little bit. Oops. Let's get rid of those. I'm just going to bring this out a little bit. We can put, like, I'm thinking kind of a waterfall in this area here. Get rid of a couple of those. Now, you'll have to excuse me if the frame rate is low here. I think it should be okay, but you never know. No, it looks fine. Let's see what we're getting here. Yeah, it's looking ugly, as expected, but we have only just started, so fine by me. Oops. Oops. So let's keep going for now. Bring it all the way around. I'm going to do kind of the same technique as what I've done here in the middle, just on a larger scale. So that's kind of cool. Still going to bring it in a little bit more. Let's just view what we've done from above, make sure it's looking fine. Yeah, it looks okay. That side is a bit more interesting than this side. But that's fine. I'm happy with that. In fact, I'm actually going to just, in the last little portions of this side, make it a little bit more exciting. Okay, and we'll just bring this one through a little bit too. Okay, so there's our kind of first step. Now we're going to build it up again. So I'm just going to dump this on top. We're going for a similarly sized thing. I'm trying to set it back a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Too important to me. Now the back side is going to need to be done separately, I think. We will deal with that though later. So since this part here is going to be kind of a ravine is what I'm imagining, I'm just going to kind of bring it right over. Drop it back again a bit here. Bring it all the way back here now as far as we can do. Yes, nice. Bringing it around. Gonna bring it back in a little bit here. And we'll go back out again. We're just creating a generally interesting shape, essentially at random. Well, not at random at all, actually, but without too much care, I suppose. Okay, so now we're getting the kind of shape that I was looking for. I'm going to do one more tier on here, and then we'll move into some finer detail. So I'm going to do just the same thing again. I'm actually, what I'm going to do is drop the width down a little, just so that I can have a little bit more space on top. And obviously it's going to take a bit longer, but that's fine, I'm not too worried about that. Not trying to be super speedy here. I should do it from the other side so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, cool. So we're coming up to that kind of canyon section now, so let's bring it in a little bit. Keep bringing it around. Whoops. Get rid of that. Yes, I built something very similar to this before, actually, but using World Painter. Obviously, I didn't really want to use World Painter at this time because I just want to build on stream. So that's what we're doing here. So let's... How far we've come. Okay, I think that's high enough now. Maybe too high, even. What I think I'm going to do now is take some erode brushes and such and start to shape this. Okay. So we've built a big ugly wall around our structure, but this is just the beginning. So, let's take a... Okay, I'm going to take a smaller sphere now, cylinder. A little bit smaller and put it down to size 5. So this is just a wee baby one by comparison. I'm just going to use that to just bulk out some of these places, just to add a little bit more of an interesting and varied shape. So that we don't have these kind of only these perfect cliff tiers. Yep. Okay, this looks fine. A little bit down there. A little bit out here. Oh. Whoa. Okay, well, let's see if we can actually hit the slope there to fill in. Yeah, okay. Let's kind of spread these around a bit. Down there, some up here. Down there, why not? Okay. Now we got a little bit more interesting shape. And now we're really going to go for some fun. I know there's a brush that can be used for blobbing or scattering. I'm just going to find out what that's called. Excuse me for one moment. The ball? Maybe splatter overlay is what I'm looking for. Or a splatter ball. Brush ball, is it? Splatter ball. Okay. Splatter ball brush. Let's try brush splatter, I suppose. Why is that not working? Okay, let's try... Okay, so splatter overlay works. Ah, it's SD. Right, let's test this out. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted, but not quite. SB for splatter ball. There we go. Okay, that's what we need. So using this, we can splatter the surface with stone. So let's do that. And I'm essentially just going to splatter pretty much everywhere with stone, and then what we're going to do is use a smooth brush on it. This is going to look ugly for a while. Real ugly. Bear with me. Should pick up. I'm just going to bring it in here. I'm basically just going to run this all the way around the base here. We should end up with something kind of nice. Okay, and I'm going to do the same along here. So it's going to look extremely messy to begin with, but I promise you that this is going to be worth it in the long run. Because when although this looks messy now, when we take an erode brush, it's going to take off a lot of these kind of extra blocks. Leave the underlying kind of structures, a lot more solid structures, kind of intact. Think of it like almost like spray painting, and then kind of wiping the excess off, perhaps. Maybe that's a bad way to think of it. But I don't know. Imagine having some glue and sticking glitter on it or something, and then having to wipe off the let the excess run off, the bit that didn't stick. Okay, and last one here. I'm just going to run this all the way around. Actually, I'm going to put some on top as well, so we've got one more tier to do. Whoa. A bit extra there. Didn't want that. Nice, mate. Okay. There we have. And the last one, we're just going to put it on the top just so that we have a more interesting top. Take a little while to process this actually. Let's see. Getting there. Done. Okay. And now we have a mess. It almost looks kind of cool, like rockfall or something. But we are going to take an erode smooth brush. Good morning, Yuri. How are you this morning? And we're going to take it up to a huge size, just so we can do this quick. So I'm just going to test this out first to make sure it's doing what I'm expecting. Yeah, it looks about right. So as you can see, almost all of what we've added is actually getting lost. But some of it is sticking. The ones in the corners are sticking. Which is good. What we want. Nice. Yeah. Very good. Yes. This is working a treat. Okay. We are going to take some more brushes over this, I think, because it is still looking very chonk. Which is not really what I want. But we're definitely getting kind of the shape that I'm looking for. I think I Might take the melt brush over here and just essentially use that at random next. Well, you know, I'm here most mornings, so... I've been working on, I don't know if you saw the stream yesterday. I didn't see you on it, so I guess not. So I made a stream yesterday where I was working on something other than the orb. I'm not really sure what to do about the thunder orb, so I've kind of left it for now. I'm waiting on, I'm supposed to be having a delivery. I was supposed to be getting a delivery yesterday, but it didn't turn up, so hopefully we'll get that today. So after all of that, in fact, not that much difference. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, it looks a lot more natural though, doesn't it? So, let's go now for a... What are my options here? Melt, smooth, fill. Let's do melt. Okay, so this is going to be a very powerful brush here. I just need to be careful about how I use it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to do a kind of a growth at the top. Just to create kind of a little bit of an overhang. And I'm going to use a melt at the bottom for the same purpose. So what this is going to do is cause all the blocks to kind of, well, grow. And of course it's a spherical target, so they're going to grow in kind of an interesting way. And you can see the sphere there, but that's not too much of a problem. That'll go away with time as I work on this a bit more. There we go. And I'm going to take, I think, the melt brush down here and just melt this bottom section back so that we get kind of an interesting overhang. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the brush size. I wonder if I can do maybe a brush shape. Performer material. Okay, that didn't work. Can I do that? No. I guess I don't know quite how to do this yet, but I think it's possible to combine brushes, but we're going to go back to the melt brush. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to melt at the bottom of each of these tiers and grow at the top. So let's give that a quick go. In fact, I'm going to grow the top of each of the tiers first, just so that we get a little bit of an overhang, and then I'm going to melt at the bottom. Hopefully that will create kind of a little bit of a kind of an overhanging edge image. It's kind of what I'm going for at the moment. This section I'm going to leave because I want that to be a little bit different. This is working nicely. Hello. It's Dimitri, right? I remember you from yesterday. So we build that out a little bit, and now we're looking even more natural than it was. And now we're going to push back with the melt. Let's do that. I'm just going to melt away the bottom. Ah, this is working nice, lovely. I mean, we have the problem these brushes don't work well on corners, so we're going to have to maybe come back and deal with those corners. In fact, maybe we can deal with them now. If I push that back into there. Oh, we still got some stray blocks from our splatter there. Let's keep pushing around. Oh, it's a different Dimitri, is it? Sorry. Sap, if you want to see how I got 42k, you can check out my channel. There are some very popular videos from a few years ago there. So, we're gonna go, it looks, oh right, yeah, I need to do the next tier, don't I? So, I'm gonna do the same thing here and push back on the next tier, just so that we can create a similar kind of image. We're gonna use an overlay brush on this afterwards, just so that we can get some grass on there. But for now, I'm just kind of interested with breaking up these very straight lines, which are unnatural looking. Damn, it looks good. It's a joy to see, to be honest, to just watch the all these kind of straight lines just literally melt away. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh, is there a hole there? No, just a glitch again. So this here, I don't like how this is kind of hanging out. I want to kind of blend it into a smooth, continuous edge here, so I'm just going to have a go at that. And push around the bottom here. Nice. Okay, and last tier. Hey, it's nice to meet you too. There are some great builds coming out of Minecraft, and it's good to be kind of part of inspiring some people. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, thanks for checking out the stream. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep pushing around here to naturalize it a bit. This is awful. It needs something doing, but I don't know what. This will just work. I'll just melt it back a little bit in here. I'm thinking waterfall coming in there. It looks like we are going to need more tiers on this actually, but we'll deal with that later. Let's just try and melt that back a little bit to try and blend it. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. So it was you here yesterday then. Okay, cool. This is looking a bit ugly. Why is this like this? Push it back. Try and kind of blend a little bit there. Oh wow, gotta be careful here. They're looking pretty ugly. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of growth there, just to try and repair that damage. And actually, we haven't grown at the top at all, so let's do a little bit of growth on the top. And yeah, just going to grow it out a little bit more. Do this a little bit quicker. Thank you. I think I'm better at building than drawing, actually. So we're just gonna run all the way around edges here. Hopefully it's not going to... No, it is. It is. Ah, stop. I'm just going to reconnect because I broke the brush. Can happen sometimes. So hopefully when I come back it'll be okay. Cool, cool, cool. So this is still looking kind of shabby actually. But we'll come back to that. I'm trying to think. I don't like quite how straight these are, so I'm trying to figure out a way of doing that. I mean, what we could do is crude lift. Let's try it. So this is something I've never tried before. We're going to do lift, but we're going to do it in a major way. So let's do size 40. A huge brush. But let's see what happens. Boom. And we lift the entire bit up. Now we're going to have to be careful with this because this is an extremely powerful brush. So I'm just going to use it in a few places. Try and wow, it looks great though, actually. Let's try and raise it up a little bit to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to use a depression here and we'll find out what that does. Yeah, cool. And I'm going to depress one more here. Yes. And then I'm going to use another lift brush in here. We'll use it right on the corner. And do it again here. So I am going to need to use some more tools over this area that I've just affected now, but it should, I think, have changed it so that it doesn't look quite so... like the heights should be different now a bit. Oh, actually, it has caused a lot of damage to it. A lot of damage to the build here. It didn't really do what I was intending, which is to break up those lines, so... that's a shame. Let's take a melt brush again, and we're just going to melt back. Whoa! No, 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 no. Not that. A small melt brush, and we're just going to melt back a little bit to get a little bit more shape back into this after we kind of turned everything into pyramids. It's a little bit better. But what we did do definitely is introduce different heights on here, which is nice. Yep. Oh, that is kind of ugly looking. Can we do a smooth brush there? Whoa. Smooth? Yeah. Gosh, this has caused a lot of damage actually. Oh yeah, it looks a bit like a cemetery actually, doesn't it? It's this kind of little structure. Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly. Okay. This side and this side now look quite different, but I'm gonna try. What other road brushes have we got? Melt, fill, float clean, smooth. Fill do. Let's try fill. Is that just the opposite of melt? I don't know actually. Behaves strangely. That is an interesting brush. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but... okay. So... I'm not sure what else we need to do here now, actually. I might just go for, try a smooth brush. try quite a large one and just see what happens. Yeah, let's try a smooth brush a bit. If you can just take off some of those little pyramids. I know the smooth brush probably isn't the greatest tool for that, but so actually I think the next thing will be to build up the ground, terraform the ground a bit. So let's have a go at that now. So I'm going to bring the ground out. We're going to want a sphere. A cylinder. Brush, cylinder, grass. It's a brush. Brush, cylinder, grass. 5. Okay, that's not what I wanted. 5-2, I think. Yeah. So with this, we can just run around the base here, just to give it a little bit more kind of blending with the ground. And I'm actually going to take a blob brush after this, or splatter brush, I think. Put a splatter brush on there with some more grass. Gonna run around the whole way at the bottom here. I'm gonna leave that open because we have oh, sorry, excuse me. We're gonna put a bit of a ravine in there. I think I might have water come in there as well. Okay, I think we've been all the way around. So, just going to go a little bit of the way around again with a smaller brush, with a smaller cylinder brush. Right on the edges this time. And then I'm going to go for a splatter brush, I think, to add a little bit of interest to the shape, and then we'll take a smooth brush over that. We'll see what we end up with. I think a town could be cool idea. I was kind of imagining sort of forest, but I don't know how this is gonna progress now. I'm quite excited, so I'm just gonna kind of play with it and see what appears to me. I'm not gonna try and have a fixed plan for it. Okay. So let's take a splatter brush, splatter grass. We're just gonna use it. Ooh, that's not the right one. What's it called? Splatter? Really, not splatter? I'm sure it was called splatter. Oh, splatter ball. I see. SB. Splatter ball. And we want voxel grass. And I'm just gonna. Boom. Whoa. I think it's too big. I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to do too much damage to the cliff wall. I don't want too much of it to turn to grass. I'm going to try and keep it kind of away from the cliff a little bit. And we'll do that. Bring it around here. Over here. Thinking, yeah, another ravine in there, if I can. To break that up. Alright, now we'll take a smooth brush and we will sweep through here, we want a bigger smooth brush, so we'll do size 7, say. Ooh, what's it gonna end up looking like? Yeah, I think we can work with that. Just a little bit more interesting shape. And then I'm gonna try maybe some melting tools to bring it forwards. Back as appropriate. Maybe a lift tool as well, actually. I think I'm gonna try lifting at the back there, and then yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna lift at the back, and then I'm gonna use the melt tool on it. So let's take a lift brush and let's pull forward a little bit. Too big. All a lift brush. I'm gonna have to be careful a little bit what I'm doing here. Not to kind of hit these floating grass blocks too much. I'm going to come back with a smooth brush again after this and then do the melting. Hello! Shinobu and Sharvs. Okay, so we're going to take a new road brush. We're just going to do a smooth the entire thing again, but with a bigger size. Let's do a 9. And we're just going to hit the whole side here, and just hopefully get rid of any flying grass that's left. Blend it all in. Oh, I missed your message there, Dimitri. I'm using, it's the latest version of Minecraft 1.12. The tools you're seeing me using are World Edit and Voxel Sniper. Okay, so it's all still looking a bit controlled, so we're going to take the melt brush again. And we're going to melt it outwards a little bit. So I'm going to try and keep it kind of roughly the same. Oops. Stop. Okay, hold on. Got glitched. Hey, it's not a it's a pretty poor, pretty rubbish area. So yes, I pretty much live in. No, that's unfair to say, but there are police outside, so sometimes. Here. Trying to pull this out and trying to kind of make it a more reasonable shape. No. I'm going to push that back because that's come out way too far. Okay. Oh, that looks quite nice actually. In fact, let's have a go at melting this river out a bit, just to make kind of a more interesting shape instead of quite so smooth. A little bit more, less smooth, I suppose. Less smooth is the word I was looking for. So I'm going to have a go, see if we can use the melt brush to push this into there. So let's go for a bit of a smaller brush. Is that going to work? Maybe it's going to work. Yeah, it's actually working quite nicely. Thank you. It's good to hear that. You know, I like to hear that I help people out and that I inspired people. People seem to like to tell me that, which is nice. I like hearing it. Everybody who I inspire to be more creative, I feel like it's a win. Right, let's see here. So I'm just gonna fill out the area that I just, in fact, you know what, I'm gonna go outside. I should have a compass on this block. Why is it not? They're putting one on, but didn't save it, I guess. So is that E1? Yeah, there we go. Just gonna use this real quick, and I'm just gonna teleport around down to here. I'm just gonna go all the way through. You replace the air that I just put in with some water. So let's come over here and we'll do replace air water. Cool. That's a bit more interesting a shape, I think, than it was. There we have now our little pool there. I'm just going to put some water in just as a kind of a stand-in until we can come up with something better. Let's see here. So this is all kind of swelled a bit when I used the lift brush on it, but I think we'll be okay. So this is just here, just so that I can see what it's going to look like ultimately, kind of just as a reference. Nice. Looks nice. I know what I'm going for, so that's cool. I'm thinking about putting one in here as well, so let's do the same technique. That is to melt this back. We need a smaller brush. Even smaller than that. Yes. Okay, and now we can have water coming all the way down, hopefully. Let's just put it there. See what it looks like. So, in principle, something like that. But obviously, it's going to need a little bit more work before it was finished. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of in principle what I'm looking at. And it looks quite nice. Still a bit lackluster though, not being kind of blown away by it. So maybe we need to do something. I guess we haven't done our overlay, so let's do some overlaying, and we'll put some TLC into the this kind of first tier now. So I'm going to do a brush. Let me just grab a bar back, brush overlay, and we're just going to put grass. And we're going to be careful because we don't want to overlay everything. That's not what I want. Overlay 1. Oh. Info. D1. Okay, so because I just want the top one. No. Overlay D1. Here we go. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, nice. So this is cool. This is kind of what I wanted. And we just go around here, cover all with this grass. Big brush actually, it's kind of interesting how it works too. Seems to be a disc from above. Yeah, I'm gonna go for some kind of flower and surface detail, but first of all I need to do the bigger details because it's going to be hard to do them afterwards. I've already got the kind of the surface details on, but flowers sounds good. Flower sounds like a good idea. In fact, that could be really nice if I had, I'm imagining tiers of trees. So maybe we could have flowering trees at the bottom, on this bottom tier, some kind of non-flowering trees on the second tier, and then on the top tier kind of pine trees might be nice. Hello, Gudik. So, here's tier 1. We are having... Now, I know there's a way to paint biomes. I'm gonna have to think about that later. So, there's some grass on there. Wow, it really livens it up right away. So I'm going to put grass on the next one just so we can see what we're doing. Because it really improves the kind of... It really livens up the whole build. So we can kind of get a better idea of what's happening. Because although, you know, it's nice to know from the start what you're going to do, I never do. I always... that's completely untrue, actually. Ignore that. Sometimes I like to build without knowing what I'm going to do. But, you know, sometimes it's unavoidable. If you want to build some giant organic, for example, you need to know what you're going to do beforehand. This is why terraforming is so fun, because you can just go for it and just do whatever you feel like, which is nice. Down pillars. Like the idea. It does kind of look a bit like a man-made valley, doesn't it? Although, in terms of, whoa. What just happened? I don't like that. Oh, I know what happened. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so I'm not going to put anything on the top for now, but now we can see much better kind of what is going on here. So, I do want to try and make these heights a bit different though. So I'm going to do another melt brush, lift brush. And what I'm going to do with this lift brush is to try and adjust the heights of the individual steps here, just so that they look a little bit more interesting. Whoa, okay. I guess that's gone now. That looks fine. Just gonna lift this a little bit. Whoa, okay, that's not what I had in mind. Let's not do that. Whoops. Difficulties. That's okay, I guess. This here would do with a little bit of change in kind of height. Same here. That's okay. Yeah. This one. Well, I'll stick to the bottom for now, and we'll move to the top later. Yeah, I'm digging this kind of more natural kind of rolling height instead of the very rigid height. So see here we have a very, all the way along here we've got this very rigid height, whereas this side looks a little bit nicer. So that's what I'm going to go for, is a little bit of lifting. It's not doing quite what I want though, fortunately. I was kind of hoping it would lift the whole thing, but it seems to be just kind of growing it a bit, which is unfortunate. So I'm definitely going to need to use some more brushes on this. Obviously, it's doing some pretty severe damage at the moment. Whoa, okay. That's not what I had in mind. This is still so flat. Push that down a little. Oh, we'll bring it up. Not quite what I had in mind. Alright, I think if we take the... Look, we got a couple of waterfalls over here. So I'm going to do a smooth brush now. Not smooth. I'm going to do overlay again. I'm going to do overlay 1. No, B1. D1. Okay. I'm going to use this time... Well, actually, no, I'm not. Forget that. I'm just going to go for this. And try to highlight now. I'm basically painting here. I'm trying to highlight the fact that this is not just vertical anymore. So that's kind of what I'm trying to target here. Horizontal, I should say. I'm deliberately target the areas where it's not horizontal, just to kind of highlight eliminate those flat, clean lines that I was having. Particularly if I think if I start to grow the grass up the cliff, it's going to help to alleviate that a little bit. There we go. So now, hopefully, if we drop down, we still got a pretty straight line, but it's a lot less straight. It's a lot less artificial looking. Good. This thing is ugly. Don't like that. Okay, hello. I don't have any regular... Whoa, I've got no regular blocks on this bar. Punch it out by hand. Break up this ugly thing. Okay. So that's looking cool now, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna go for some more stuff on the base here, especially this. Here. Get out of here. Gosh, it's a lot as well. You know what? I might consider the base kind of done and start doing a little bit of work on the base, how I want it to look. So we go for some more trees, perhaps. Do I want to do that? Yeah, if I work kind of around slowly. So does this look okay at the bottom? Not quite. How can I do this? How can I think I need a lift brush. I think I can just pull this way a bit. Oops. Getting this kind of almost cracked look now, which is not really what I want. So I'm just going to do a smooth. I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. Yeah, okay. And we get rid of... Yeah, that looks good. Maybe we could build up a little hill here, actually, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a lift brush. I'm going to just build up a little hill, just to make kind of some interesting... terrain. So, I mean, I'm imagining the build is going to be viewed from this angle. So I need to remember I mustn't obstruct too much of the build by putting things in the foreground. Like this area here, if I build a big tree here, this area here is going to be out of view. I do need to be careful that I won't be building a big tree here for that reason. So, right, just have this smallish hill. Gonna want some stone underneath. Use that. A little bit of stone just sticking through. Maybe a little bit here. And I'm just gonna put a small tree, just a plain old, well, a big small tree. tree, big tree, but a small big tree. For example, not that. That's a little bit better. Although again, if we're viewing it from here, look, blocking it. Whatever's there is not going to be visible, so it's too big. Still too big. There we go. That's better. Just a little big tree. And I'm thinking maybe we can have a small copse of trees here, small trees. Tree, it's regular trees, and we'll just stick them at the base here. One more. There we go. We've got a little copse of trees there, and we've got an open space here. I'm just going to push this back a little. I don't like how that looks. Visual looking. Okay, so there's a little bit of the base here. What can we put up here? I'm thinking birch trees maybe? Or do I want to do some kind of flowering tree? Let's see what options we have for trees. So we got big tree, redwood, tall redwood, birch, jungle, small jungle, cocoa tree, jungle bush, red mushroom, brown mushroom, swamp, acacia, dark oak, mega redwood, tall birch. So I'm actually going to go for a swamp tree. Swamp. Let's see what. Okay, we're going to have some trouble placing trees here. Now the reason I've gone for a swamp tree is because it's kind of wide, which is kind of what I'm imagining if I want to turn this into a kind of a flowering tree. So let's have a go here. We'll do a brush. Let's see if I have a relevant brush here. No, I don't. Okay, I've started to save my brushes now, so I'm just going to see if I can come up with a new one. I need to remember what my wool is. Wool is called 35, right? Okay, so 35. Go for magenta and pink and maybe white. So 35.2, 35.6, 35.0. 35%, 35.2, 35%, 35.6, 40%, 30%, 35.0, 3. Let's do that. Put it on the gold one here. Did that not work? Go. So that's what it's going to look like, but we need to do it obviously mask 18. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to put some leaves in there too. It's with the vines on there, it looks a bit weird too. So I've learnt a lesson. I'm going to put some leaves in, and I'm also not going to use that kind of tree. So let's do just a tree, a regular tree, tree. Okay, try that again. I don't want them to be right on the edge if I can help it. There we go. Okay. So let's take now the same brush, except that I want 18.0 in there. So let's do, let's drop the percentages down here. We'll do 20% white, 20% of that, whatever that is, 20% of that, which leaves me with 40% leaf. 40%, 18. 0. 40%, 18, 0. Is that right? I think that's right. Okay, that's not right. Oh, this was... Is this not 18? That is 18.0, so I must have done something else wrong. Hi Diamond. Presently I don't have a plan for my moderators. We'll see as time goes on whether I need the moderators, and if I do, perhaps we can figure something out. Try this. At this point I don't really need any moderators, so thanks for your interest, but okay, that didn't work either. What's wrong with this command? 35%. Ah, that's the problem. Changed the wrong one. There we go. That's kind of cute. So let me just save that command so that I don't have to do that again. And let's have a little go with another one. Whoa, okay, that's a problem. Bomb. Can I unbind that? Okay, good. That worked somehow. Okay, this is not working. Okay, and let's put some leaves on, some petals on there. Nice. Hello! Oh, maybe I don't like that actually. Maybe it's a mistake. Yeah, I'm actually not sure that I like that. We'll leave that to be for now, and we'll keep working around the base, and we'll decide whether or not that looks good later. I mean, you already are my friend, I suppose, if you're in my stream. Let's see here. Just gonna build this out a little bit to be a little bit more interesting. Kind of. Yeah, that's not quite the right look. But what I am going to do here, what I think can help here, is a melt brush. So this looks a bit sharp, so if I use melt... Whoops, wrong one. If I use melt to melt outwards, then we create a more kind of flowy look, instead of that kind of sharp look, which we did have. Okay. I'm not building a dragon right now, I'm building this kind of landscape. So maybe we will see a dragon later on. If you subscribe, you might see one in a time lapse, but not right now. Just gonna replace that by hand for some reason, I don't know why that was necessary, but... So obviously I'm gonna grass this area later, but I don't really want to do that quite yet. What else can we do here? moving out here, I want this to be kind of open, a little bit like how it is now, because I quite like that, but we can get some trees along the base. So let's go for another kind of copse of trees. So let's go for a big tree. And we'll try to get a nice big tree here. This is an area where we can get away with a big tree. There's a big tree. Because, looking from over here, we can see that it doesn't block anything. It doesn't block anything at all. It blocks a little bit of the wall, which is kind of what we want. This is a server, but it's a private server, so it's not really a server. It's just run on my local machine for me to play on. Go here and we'll go for another large tree. That's fine. And we'll do some small trees. We're just going to keep these trees kind of nice and contained to this area. Come on. Yeah. We can see, if we come back here, we can see that is not going to obstruct anything, and hopefully it's going to add a little bit. I haven't got any Discord, sorry. So let's see here. I'm going to get a couple trees here, but I want to be careful not to obstruct this, because this is nice. I don't want that to be obstructed by anything. I'm going to put a couple trees in. And maybe one down here. Whoa, that's way too small. Bigger one. In fact, maybe... Oh, not what I meant to do. But cool, nonetheless. Here's what we built so far. Big tree. Big tree. Big tree. Too big, I think. I want kind of a small big tree. Nope, not that. And not that. That's about the smallest big tree possible. But yes, okay, so now we can see this side is kind of shaping up to kind of how I want it to be. I'm actually going to do a cam clear, because this actually seems like a kind of a useful tool. Instead of having to come back here all the time, we can do this. And this will let us see kind of how the build is meant to be viewed. If you watch my stream, you'll probably pick up a lot of tips, to be honest. So I can help you by offering you this stream. Because you're going to see everything that I'm doing, so I'm not hiding anything, so you'll know exactly how to build something similar to what I'm doing here. Tree over this side, because there's nothing there and it needs it. Well, in fact, here, since we've got water here, it makes sense to have lots of little trees, so let's do tree. Let's go for little trees here. Get one now. Yeah, and one more. The game says don't push it. We'll stick with those two. And oh yeah, we can just do this so we can see what we've done. And it looks good. Which mod do you mean, Mass Stream? So I wanna have this open so we can have kind of a meadow here with lots of nice flowers. Well, I've gone for like super naturalistic, kind of abandoned for thousands of years kind of look here, so maybe I'll leave it that way. I'm going to do a little blob brush then. Now, let me show you a trick with the blob brush. Whoops. We need to make it smaller. Small brush. And I'm just going to put some stones out like we've got over there. I'm going to put them in kind of a loose ring. put some beautiful flowers inside there. Actually, I'm going to put them even into the water. I'm going to show you how I did this little... okay, so this is Voxel Sniper and World Edit. You can just download them. If you have a server, you can download them very easily. If you search for Voxel Sniper, all you have to do is have... First of all, you have to have a server that's running... what's it called now? I can't remember the name of it. Whatever bucket used to be. It's called Spigot. You need a Spigot Minecraft server. And then using that, you can add whatever mods you like. And if you just add Voxel Sniper and World Edit, then you will get access to the same tools as what I presently have. Oh look, it's like a circle from this angle. That's cool. In fact, that gives me an idea. This is kind of a bit fairy, fey-ish. Portal would be cool, like a portal made of stone. I'm thinking about it. I'm just gonna, because I'm nearly running out of time, I'm probably not gonna have time to implement it, so I'm just gonna build a little kind of tester. And we'll see. So I'm gonna use the blob brush, because I want to kind of keep it supernatural looking, because that's supernatural. Not supernatural, natural looking. So I want to do something like this, and then I'm going to try and join it up using the blob brush, and we'll see what happens. Well, that didn't do anything. Either did that, or that. Okay, that one worked. Okay, here we go. So it's starting to grow up a little bit. So I'm going to try and shape it by pulling it in the direction that I want, but I'm not gonna edit it. So it's gonna end up looking super kind of spiky and kind of unnatural, or not unnatural, but I don't know exactly what it's gonna end up looking like. Okay, we're gonna need to help him out a little bit here. He's getting stuck. And bring it out this way. I'm actually gonna put another one down, just so that we can try to open it wider. Yes, take that one, go up again, and we'll place that one, and I kind of need it to go this way now, so we'll place that one, go this way, we'll place yeah, and I actually extend out here a little bit. This is kind of what I'm imagining. Maybe it's not going to work exactly as I planned, but we will see. I think I know a better way of doing this actually. Bring this out this way. Come on. Yeah. A little, and up one more. Whoa, okay. This is kind of what I had in mind. It's a lot uglier than I was expecting, unfortunately. So we probably won't use this particular technique. But that's just a reminder for me. Yes, I'm playing 1.12. You can see here, I don't know where it is, 1.12. Latest version, that is. So I was going to put flowers in here, but I'm not going to do that quite yet, because that's kind of a last minute thing. So I'm just kind of laying out what I want to do here. So this area is a bit empty. Let's think about how I can do something with that. Shape it, get a little bit smoother now. So I'm trying to break up these diagonals because they look ugly. Very quick. The human eye is very quick to spot those patterns. These diagonals are very obvious patterns, so we don't want that. We don't want at all, if we can help it, these straight up and down diagonals. They're almost as bad as like flat straight lines. So So that will hopefully break that up a little bit. Yes, I am playing 1.12. Oh, 0.2. Yes, it's the latest version. It is 1.122. We got a river here. I think... Oh, you could be right, actually. A pool here could be nice, couldn't it? So let's make kind of a natural kind of pool. And we're very nearly out of time here, so this is going to be the last thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a lift brush. And then we're going to just push. I'm going to press this back. Create a little area in which we can make a pool. That is going down way too quick. I don't want that. This is a lot less smooth than I was expecting, actually. Okay, it's also a lot... It's just ugly. A lot less good looking than I was expecting. So I'm going to take a melt brush. And I'm going to melt this out. Just to kind of make it a little bit smoother. And here, and we're definitely going to melt in here just to kind of cover up a little bit how ugly this is down here. And I think a smooth brush might be in order as well. So let's do that. Smooth this out. I do want to push this back though. Get back, you. Right, sometimes you just got to get your hands dirty and do it yourself. Okay, so we could probably fit some water in there. And I'm going to come over here, replace water. There we go. And let's see here. That is a bit obviously, well, it looks too flat. So let's go for some water. We might be able to maintain some water in here. Let's have a little spring coming out of the edge here. And let's make a small river. So we're going to do a melt brush because I'm quite liking the melt brush. I'm going to need to make it a bit smaller. Just a little melt brush. So we're just melting a little bit. Melt this one back. Back there, and I'm going to melt down here. Yep. And I'm going to melt this way. No, I don't have any mini games. It's just what you see here. That's all there is. It's not like it's just like a private. It's the same as a single player world. Is my server. There's no difference, really. Oh, what do you mean? Are you talking to, Hamda? Sorry, I shouldn't assume anything. Oh, there we go. Just back a little. Get a little bit of a river running in there. A little bit straight, but maybe we can deal with that at a later date, because now I have to go to work. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I must take my leave because I have work to be doing. And so, bye-bye! Catch you next time, when I will probably continue work on this one. Bye. Bye.